Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about disclaimers and how much they give me a headache. Okay, so in this video I'm wearing this shirt and it's a t-shirt, and I know I'm not wearing this t-shirt because I'm saying that tank tops or long sleeve shirts are bad. I'm wearing a t-shirt because I wanted to today, and it says I love LA on it. And I want to say that I don't have the I love New York shirt, but that doesn't mean that I think New York is bad or worse than LA. I just like LA more, okay? I just want to make sure. I was watching a YouTube video and I got annoyed because the creator was constantly apologizing for everything they said. From the creator's point of view, they might have been thinking they were clarifying what they were saying, which is one of the ways disclaimers are appropriate. But from my point of view, it felt more like they were apologizing for their opinion. I know that's looked upon favorably these days to apologize 84 million times for existing and talking and looking a certain way and breathing and not knowing where to look in the camera and not towing the party line. But I definitely look at this behavior incredibly unfavorably. Disclaimers have turned into cowardly justifications for insecure snowflakes. I wanted to be sure what the word disclaimer actually meant, since definitions of words change every time I blink my eyes. Every time you blink, an English word loses its identity. There's 3 definitions of disclaimer, but I will be working with one definition of disclaimer, which is this one. Disclaimer, noun, a declining of responsibility or liability for something. So I'm filming this video on my Samsung S20 Plus, and I just want to say that it's not because I think the Samsung 20 is bad. It's just that I decided to get the Plus because I wanted the more of the features that the Plus had that the 20 doesn't. But that doesn't mean that the 20 is worse. Insecure people will say something and then immediately follow it up with 5 billion sentences about how they didn't mean to be mean, that they didn't mean to hurt anyone's feelings, that they were just stating their opinion. Someone who's insecure will try to decline their responsibility for having their own opinion. A confident person will have an opinion and take responsibility for it. This doesn't mean people can't change their minds when given different information. It means be confident about the opinion you initially have. Damn. A confident person will change their mind about their opinion if they were wrong. I know that because I'm confident, and I've sometimes been corrected because I've been wrong, and I'm still here. And I'm not damaged. Well, okay, that's not entirely true. I am damaged, but not because I heard a different opinion. If you're not confident in your opinion, then you should question why you have that opinion. If you don't know why you have that opinion, there's a very, very, very high chance that opinion is propaganda. A lot of times people parrot what others say, especially when they don't share the same views, as a means to fit in or to appear morally just. They always fail to see the point, which is, are the people whom you want to appear morally just to themselves morally just? If they're not, why would you want to fit in with a bunch of people who are assholes? I sure as fuck don't. Just because something is mainstream doesn't make it right or moral. It's so annoying when I watch content and I feel like the creator spends 50% of their video justifying why they said what they said. The video would be 1000% less annoying without all the justifications. People are so scared of offending everyone, that they backtrack and fall all over themselves whenever they talk, and it's a huge barrier to effective communication. Just like me holding my hand out here is really weird and awkward. Disclaiming your video 9,000 times is really fucking awkward. Stop it. Walking on eggshells around everyone is not useful or helpful. You know who walks on eggshells all the time? People in abusive relationships. Can I enter this room? Can I breathe? Can I wear these socks? Can I? They're terrified of pissing off their abuser and getting hit, which rightfully so in that case. What's wrong is when we apply this behavior on a societal level, as we are saying that are we saying that we are living under someone who's abusing us? I tend to think we are. However, it's not something we need to be doing, because this abuser that we're all living under doesn't actually come and punch us in the face like the abuser in the abusive relationship would. If we all fucking said no to this abuser, the abusers would have no say anymore. When the person who's getting abused finally decides to fucking kick them in the face or whatever, the abuser tends to like back the fuck off. That's why a lot of women are actually in jail, because they were domestic abuse victims who had the balls to stand up to their abuser and finally fucking get rid of them. So, I mean, I'm not saying we have to kill the abusers, but like, because in this case, the abuser is political correctness, you can actually like murder it because it's not tangible, but it's something, because it's not tangible, I feel like it should be easier to destroy. Can we all just grow a thicker skin and realize that yes, sometimes we will hear shit we don't like, but that's okay. We have to remind ourselves that it's okay not to like everything we hear. So, and I have my hair down today, and I just want to say that it's not because I don't like ponytails. Like, I just wanted my hair to be down because I felt like it. Like, it's nothing about ponytails. So if you have a ponytail, please don't feel bad about it. I mean, ponytails are just as good as your hair being down. I just didn't feel it today. There's a fucking difference between actual malintent as opposed to accidental offense. If you get offended and you feel like you would benefit from explaining to the other person why you're offended, feel free to open a conversation with them. We can't continue going around pretending like we can live our lives on earth never hearing anything offensive ever again. That's a fucking ridiculous worldview. If you have this worldview, feel free to have it, but just know that you'll be disappointed all the time. I hear shit I dislike. Anytime a new word or action or behavior is deemed racist, I get annoyed, because usually it's not racist and it's some fucking psycho person just wanting to complain and calling everything racist. When I hear people being bullied or canceled for stupid bullshit, I get annoyed. When I hear the suffix phobic being used in one sentence too many fucking times, it annoys me just as much as I annoy uptight people who don't like swearing. When I hear people say words but yet say nothing of substance, I get annoyed. I know that some people hold these opinions and think they're in the right when they say or call everything racist and when they say everything is some kind of phobia, but I don't need you to disclaim that you're going to say that opinion before you talk, even though what you say will probably trigger me. I'm fine with that. I'm also annoyed when it feels like the creator is afraid of saying their own opinion on their own channel. Political correctness has scared the shit out of a lot of people, and some of the less confident ones are afraid, and I understand that. However, continuing to be afraid is going to make political correctness worse. How do you think political correctness got so powerful in the first place? We've forgotten how to say no in this world, which is ironic because aren't the feminists always whining that people should be able to say no when it comes to consent? No means no, right? If the first unreasonable demand from political correctness had been met with a resounding no, maybe we wouldn't be in this stupid-ass position we are today. I never went along with political correctness, and as a result, some people haven't liked me. But a lot more people have. And a lot more people have said that they like that I am blunt and that I am saying things they have been thinking but were afraid to say. I feel like political correctness leads people into thinking they have to put disclaimers on their own opinions. I always felt like having a channel of your own meant that you would finally be able to talk on camera, but I guess that's not true either. I always felt like having a channel of your own meant you bring your own unique style to your little part of the internet, and viewers can watch or not watch at their own leisure. Opinions are not facts. I've said this before multiple fucking times. Opinions are not facts. Opinions are not facts. They are two different words. If I say my opinion on my channel, that's all it is. Today I'm wearing this ring, 2 rings, from elisabianca.com. If you want some jewelry, they have bracelets and necklaces as well. You can go to elisabianca.com and use the code Veronica25 for 25% off your purchase. I feel like people have it in their heads that they need to agree with everything they watch, or take whatever they watch, read, or hear as fact. No, you don't have to do that. Stop it. This is probably how Peggy McIntosh's abhorrent, egregious list of fake white privileges got into the mainstream as truth. Her list was her opinion that she happened to write down sometime in the 1980s and is now plaguing the world with her crazy. Robin DiAngelo's books are also just her opinion, yet somehow a lot of people take it as truth, even though it sounds insane. I saw a show called Women of the Movement on Hulu, and before the show started, I kid you not, they had a disclaimer that took up the entire screen. And on my 55-inch TV, that's a lot of words to read for a I was like, did I accidentally click on an audiobook, or what is happening? The disclaimer had all kinds of topics ranging from a 1-sentence summary of the show, historical depictions, to mental health resources. I have no problems with heavier content shows saying, this show contains mature content. Viewer discretion advised. That's a disclaimer I'm okay with because we have all age ranges of people watching Hulu. The full-page disclaimer was just, why? It seemed to appease to the snowflakes among us. 13 Reasons Why had less disclaimers, and I consider that heavy content as well. I have watched plenty of shows about cults, depression, PTSD, and suicidal thoughts, which are things in my life that have affected me. These 4 things trigger me sometimes, yet I didn't expect, nor did I want any disclaimers when I watched those shows. I am self-aware enough to know that sometimes in life, things will catch me unexpectedly. I watched 13 Reasons Why, not knowing that there was talk of suicide in it, let alone a scene depicting suicide. When I saw it, memories came up for me, and I cried. I was also happy that I never fell victim to the same fate the character did. I was crying from gratefulness as well as sadness and fear as to the what if it had been me sort of thought. However, I was not mad at 13 Reasons Why for not showing a sentence summary of the episode, which would have spoiled it. It would have made the episode less impactful to me. If I had known that scene was coming, I wouldn't have thought the show was as good as I currently think it is. The fact that it caught me off guard made me realize some things about myself, and the show had a greater impact on me. That scene also helped me heal a little more from my own past experiences with suicidal thoughts, because it brought up things that I was able to get off my chest. So I have contacts in today, and I really didn't want to wear my glasses because I just didn't feel like it. And sometimes the glare on my glasses, just the light and the lenses, and just it's not because glasses are inferior to contacts. It's just that I just didn't want anything sitting on my face, and I just want to make sure that, like, you know that if you wear glasses, I love you still, and it's fine. Like, I promise. 2 other shows I watched had negative impacts on me, but even with those, I still wouldn't have wanted disclaimers other than the typical viewer discretion advised. I don't regret watching them, as they helped me figure out that I don't prefer shows with that type of content. I'll always remember those shows too. The Sinner Season 3 and Black Mirror's episode Black Museum as references of shows that I don't ever want to see again. Something good came out of something bad, which I think is a universal truth. No one ever wants bad things to happen, but when you find the good things that come out of the bad ones, you take the power away from the bad things. I think the excessive disclaimer phenomenon has gone way off its original intention. Here's an article from the New York Post about Thor 4, which is Thor: Love and Thunder. It says Thor 4 fans demand trigger warning for a graphic scene and get called stupid. While Marvel Cinematic Universe fans have already stormed Thor: Love and Thunder to the top of the box office, some of them are freaking out about one graphic scene. Some outraged viewers are petitioning Marvel to issue a trigger warning for one atrocious moment featuring a major character. The brewing backlash has already resulted in some other Marvel diehards dragging the more fragile fans for being stupid. As you can guess from the content of this video, I'm probably one of the fans who would call the other one stupid. The movie Thor: Love and Thunder is being talked about because the Snowflake fans wanted a disclaimer for something that was graphic content. So let's see. Thor is a comic book movie, but it's not always lighthearted or fluffy. We know this. For fuck's sake, Endgame had the Thanos snap, and if you think about that too hard, it's really fucking depressing. If Endgame had said something about it at the beginning of the movie, it would have ruined the entire movie. It wouldn't have been as sad. It wouldn't have had the impact that it did. It wouldn't have made me think. I'm not going to see Love and Thunder because I think Marvel has seriously gone down the shitter since the release of Captain Marvel, which was full of so much wokeness that I legit thought I was watching CNN. However, I don't think that these snowflake fans should be trying to make Marvel even fucking worse by bullying them into putting retarded disclaimers at the front of all of their future movies. Please, Marvel, I'm begging you, don't do it. Don't give in. Don't do it. You're in a pile of shit already. Stop while you're ahead. Don't fall further. Just don't. Alright, well, I guess I'm done bitching about disclaimers, so I'll see you on the next video.